Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. You know, I get a lot of requests for gifts. Gifts for moms, gifts for dads, gifts for family members, gifts for friends. And so I thought it might be kind of cute to make a little stand for your friend's cell phone. And I know that a lot of you love duct tape, and a lot of you also like recycled things. So this is a toilet paper tube that has been turned into a stand for your cell phone. And I'm going to show you how to make it right now. For this project, you'll need a Sharpie pen, an X-Acto knife, a toilet paper tube, one paper towel center tube, 4 push pins, duct tape, packing peanuts, and scissors. I'm going to start by marking the middle of the toilet paper tube. And then I'm going to place my phone right at the middle of that point, centering it so that I can make some marks that'll be on either side of my cell phone. And I just want to make a little rectangle between those two marks. Then just hold it up and make sure that it's wide enough for my cell phone, which it is. And this is going to just be where we're going to cut a hole. I'm going to take my center of my paper towel and I just cut it, as you can see, right down the center so that this can slide inside the toilet paper tube. And the reason I'm going to do this is so that I can cut this out safely using my X-Acto knife. So I can hold on to here and I don't have to put my fingers down inside the toilet paper tube, and that keeps it safer when I cut it. So my fingers aren't anywhere close. And there I go. I've got my nice cut hole. Now if you have a bigger phone, mine is a rather small phone, but if you have a bigger phone, you might need to use one of these and cut it to length to actually use for the tube, because a toilet paper tube might not be big enough. I'm going to be using 3 strips of 6-inch long tape, and I'm going to place my tape right over the top here, and I'm leaving about ½ an inch overhang. I'm just going to wrap the tape around, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Going to overlap so that I leave about ½ an inch hanging over. Wrap it around. And then I'm going to take my last piece of 6-inch tape and I'm going to center it right in the middle there, covering up the hole. The next step is I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to make some small cuts around the circle on the sticky side. And I'm just making little cuts all the way around. This is so that I can fold that tape in and around the rounded edge of the tube. So see these little strips? I'm going to just fold them in one at a time, or a few at a time, all the way around. The reason I do this is because if I didn't cut them, they wouldn't go in and lay as flat and nice as that. So I'm going to repeat that on the other side so that I end up with my tube covered on both sides. Now, what I need to do is cut this inside out. So once again, I'm going to bring that tube back and I'm going to place that in there. And I can see where the outline of this shape is by just kind of pushing it down. I'm going to go straight down the middle till I get to the ends. And then I'm going to cut across those ends. pull out my tube. If you need to, you can push down where that cut is. And that should release it for you. Pull that out. And then just push those strips down in so that you now have, sometimes you have to give it a little extra cut there, so that you now have that open center. And that's where your phone's going to go. So it fits in there nice. Now you're going to need your 4 push pins. Line up your first push pin with the edge of that cut. Watch your fingers when you do this. Make sure that your fingers are not anywhere near so you don't jab yourself. You want to line those up so you make 2 little feet. Now you might have to play with it a little bit to get it in the right place. There you go. Now on the front ones, what you want to do is you want to be actually outside by about ½ an inch. And again, you might need to play with these little feet to get them to exactly where you want them to be once you get your phone set. Because then you're going to put your phone in there. And you just have to make sure, like sometimes if you don't have them splayed enough, or if they're splayed too much, it'll tip. But this is nice and sturdy, nice and solid. Now what you're going to do is you just want to take one of these packing peanuts and cut it right down the middle. And just place it on the inside there to cover those sharp points, just so you don't cut yourself. That just keeps it from stabbing you. And again, if you feel like you don't have enough support, you can always move those little push pins till they're in the right position. So it makes it stand up where you want it to be. And then just put that packing peanut back in there. There we go. That's a little more solid. And there you have it. A great little handy dandy stand made for your cell phone out of a recycled toilet paper tube. Now, if you like this video, make sure to give us the thumbs up. And if you want more videos like this come into your mailbox, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you'll get 2 videos every week. For more fun stuff, check us out, Sophie-World.com.